Next, we're going to pencil in the background design. You can choose from the handout or use different types of lines to create your own. You might choose to use a ruler and just go in straight with a Sharpie. If you would prefer to use a pencil first, that is up to you. Whatever background you design kind of adds to the movement of your picture. It adds motion. So it's kind of like we're creating an action scene. The background will stay black and white, and this is something called high contrast. We're going to be using skin tone crayons to color in the face, ears, and neck. So on the back of your paper, I would recommend first testing out several different crayon colors and matching it up with the back of your wrist to see which color will work the best for you. And then once you have decided on a color, you can flip your paper over and start coloring in everything that has skin. So don't forget to color in your ears. Make sure to try to color in all in one direction, leaving no white spots left. Being careful to go around the eyes, and don't forget to do the neck as well. For the rest of your manga self-portrait, you will be using marker to fill in the bold color. We're going to be coloring the hair with two similar colors or use two different values, a lighter and darker version of the same color. I have red hair, so just like manga, I thought I would use a bold red to exaggerate the color. But if you want to do kind of a self-portrait in disguise, you're welcome to choose some wild and crazy colors to do instead of your natural hair color. Just make sure that you choose two similar colors or one lighter color and darker color, because as you can see what I'm doing right now, you're going to use the darker color to go inside of that pencil line in the hair closest to your face to fill it in. Then you'll use your lighter color to finish the rest of the hair. So I've decided, because I couldn't find a lighter red, to either use crayon or just go for it with pink. So I probably should have tested this out on another piece of paper first, because as you can see, the color I just used right there, even though it's pink, it still looks really red, which is okay, but I just went and picked a different kind of pink to finish off the rest of my hair. For the eyes, you can either use a crayon to color in the irises, a marker, or even leave them black and white. Now as I got working, I decided I wanted the underside of my hair to look darker, like it was in shadow. So the nice thing about markers is you can layer them a little bit sometimes to make them look darker. Now just a note about coloring with markers. You'll notice sometimes it starts to look a little bit streaky, and you do want to make sure that you're coloring in the same direction, because if I changed direction, it would just kind of look scribbly and sloppy. Now this last step is totally optional, but I'm going to be creating a frame to go around the outside of my portrait. So first take a black piece of paper, fold it in half, and then from the inside fold, you're going to cut close to the edge of the paper. If you would prefer to use a ruler to measure and make sure it's the same width all around the frame, you can do that, but I just kind of eyeballed it. So then once you have it all cut out, you can unfold it and see if it fits. I think mine covered up too much of the forehead right there, so I'm just going to simply fold it back in half and cut a little bit more off. That looks better. So when you get it the way that you want it, then you're simply going to add a thin line of glue around the frame and then put it into place. When you put it into place, try to get it into the corners, and if you've got a little bit of your portrait still sticking out on one side, Mrs. Hughes can cut it off for you. Have fun!